How's everyone today? Let me bring up the live stream on the big screen so I can read your comments a little easier. Not squint at the phone. No one needs to see that. Hello, my friends. Welcome to my channel. This is Just a Yogi. Sorry, guys. American Party. And that title sums up. That's my page intro. If you've ever heard it, sounds just like me. Go figure. Big thank you to Squirrel Sniper for a couple things. One, just being a good friend, being Squirrel Sniper, and being gracious enough to provide a space for him to come up and
what's new with Google Ads?
There we go. The Esoteric Lounge, which is it's a very relaxing place to come and learn. I was thinking in times of, because I'm reading a little bit about Plato, and I was thinking about those philosophical gatherings, cafes, that used to happen quite a bit, all the way up, Paris, 1940s and 50s with Camille, Sartre, all of them guys. So it's nice to create a little place like that. Although I think we're, obviously with a name like the Esoteric Lounge, that we're going to present things a little. Here's my thought on philosophy. Most philosophy. Hey, Lady Sky. Lady Sky, I talked to Kat, and she said she is looking into it, but to rest assured that you were not banned from her channel. She's looking into it, and she will get it taken care of. Hey, Stott. Hey, Ellie. Philosophy doesn't mean much to me. Hey, Lee. Sounds weird, right? Hey, Raylan. From someone who comes up and sort of talks philosophy quite a bit. The reason is if you don't apply it to your own life, it's not a philosophy that resonates and that you can introduce into your life and make your life significantly better. Is it worth it? I'm looking for my right glasses, guys. These aren't them. But they might have to do for now. Oops. And I know that Sniper will agree. He doesn't just come up and talk about things that interest him. He comes up and he talks about things that he has been living, things that he's been able to express, and things that have had an impact on his life. That's the important thing. That's the difference between philosophy and something that is applied. Oh, he says, please look for my glasses. All right, give me a second. Right where I left him. I don't know if you can tell a difference. Can you tell a difference? These are just more comfortable. I got several laying around. Lady Scott says, okay, thank you. You're welcome. Hey, Toy Pups. Must have turned into jazz one point, Eric. Funny that you mentioned jazz. I had a jazz experience. So Rain wants to be a mod. Well, you got to show that you're here for a reason, that you want to participate with everyone else in the live stream and the chat, and that you are respectful for everyone. Doesn't take much to be a mod here, but you got to be someone who really wants to be here. Not everyone does. Thank you, Ellie. Ellie will be back once she gets changed. That says when you lose something, it's always where you left it last, huh? It is. Funny that. You would think that would be the first place that we would go, but it isn't. It's actually the last place that we would go. Explain that to me, Dot. Hey, Kathy. That's going to be 6%, close to 70 cents. What do you mean? Yeah, generally speaking, the more anyone asks for the mod, the less likely that they're gonna get it. If you come in, let's see, egg. I'm just gonna say blue or egg. You're a yogi. You don't look Indian. What makes you think that a yogi has to be an Indian? Legitimate question. Hey, Coco. Hey, Anna. So I wanted to bring up Julian of Norwich. So let's get back to talking about philosophy. And the limits of philosophy. I don't know if anyone, well, maybe they do, get satisfaction in collecting knowledge. But unless it's applied in your life, it's literally meaningless. Unless it can take you from point A, which is suffering, to point B, which is less suffering, to point C, which is, let's call it awakening. Then, unless it's applied philosophy, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I wanted to read, well, I do know why. I gave this quote to someone this morning. Julian of Norwich. She was a great saint, absolute fantastic mystic. Says, all shall be well, all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. The quote, the one that I've most often read is, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things shall be well. I find a whole lot of comfort in that. I don't know why. Right now, things don't feel well. Lots of things on the interior plate. Coco says, oh my God, philosophy? What are your thoughts on philosophy? Do you have a philosophy that resonates with you? Hey, Scott says she's doing okay to S dot. He says, can an awakening happen by just conversing with someone? Yes. Um, an awakening happened to a modern day mystic, Susan Seagal, no longer with us. She was in France. She was an American, visiting France. She might have been on a scholarship. She was a student. She stepped off a curb on a busy street and she had an instant awakening. But because she didn't have any background in this, she was very frightened, which it can be. Hey, Kat. Kat is sending some love. Thank you, Kat. Speaking of cats, I just had claws in the back from my cat. Decided to get my attention. But here's the wonderful thing. We're awakening all the time, every instant. We just go back to sleep. But we never go back to sleep as deep as we did before. You can have an awakening with a sunset. You can have an awakening looking at a star-filled sky. You can have an awakening in a book, reading a book, talking to someone. It doesn't have to be someone who even knows anything in particular. They just say something that you need to hear. The truth of the matter is, you're already awakened, but you were dreaming that you're not. It makes it a little easier, right? Hey, Adam. Adam says, hello, everyone. Philosophy is a walk in a slippery rock, according to Edith Brickell and the New Bohemians. I really like Edith Brickell. I like her husband, too. Surprised that they got married. Everyone is saying hi. Lady Sky says hi to Cat and Jack. Cat says hi back. Lucas says, tell me an answer about the train, please. I have no answers. And I know nothing about trains. So, Coco, I was just saying that I really don't deal with philosophy. It has less interest. Even yoga philosophy doesn't matter to me too much. Unless it's something that has an immediate benefit on making me feel better, or that I can use it to help someone else feel better. And that's the problem with philosophy. How much of it makes you feel better? Hey, sissy. Lady Sky says, I hope you had a fun vacation trip, Cat and Jack. So, we get a big old yogi from Sissy. Thank you, Sissy. Quiz will. Yeah, I've seen the question before. Honestly, I'm not even looking for answers. And I would urge most people not to look for answers because it's a trap. It's a trick of the mind. Perpetual seeking gives you perpetual seeking. I think about Nisargadatta Maharaj when he said he had no interest in any philosophy. He had no interest in any yogic practice. But he had a guru, and he trusted his guru above all things. And his guru said, keep coming back to I am, no matter what. Keep coming back to I am. And he did. He became probably him and Ramana Maharshi, the two most enlightened people of the 20th century. Adam says, oops, I read that. Yeah, no offense, Coco. Sissy says, I hurried up to finish my life. Hey, Lucy. Well, you never have to. Hey, Runner Boy. What's that? Runner Boy says, guess what? What's going on, Runner Boy? Let's see. Adam says, Yogi, I find it interesting to contrast philosophy to A Course in Miracles. So if Course in Miracles had just been left with the text, it would have been a very beautiful philosophy. And people would read it. 200, 440 completed. You got a video yet? I tell you what, Runner Boy's lifts are a thing of beauty because he has perfect form. We're talking squats, right? Or are we talking deadlift? Yep, but that's what I'm talking about, Coco. We're talking about philosophy, but I'm talking about really not having an interest in philosophy or even the answers that philosophy can give you. Now I did it today, so probably be up next week, and it's the deadlift. Man, big lift. Well done, Runner Boy. Have you ever thought, what's your total? Have you ever thought about doing all three in a day and seeing what your total is? So, how often do you do a humming? Not as often as I should. I love the hummingbird breath. We could do that here sometime today if anyone wants. It's a very valuable practice for lots and lots of different reasons. So, to piggyback on what Adam was saying, that if we had just read the text, if all we had was the text of A Course in Miracles, it would be a beautiful philosophy, and many people might get a lot out of it. Some people might even awaken just from reading the text. However, it is the workbook where you put it into practice every day for a year, and then pick it up and do it again. 365 lessons. That makes all the difference in the world. Otherwise, it's just words. And even the Course says, words are but symbols twice removed. Symbols of symbols twice removed. Even the Tao begins with, the Tao that can be told is not the true Tao. So even the Tao is dismissing philosophy. It's like reading a book on Western magic without performing any spell. I went through this for a long time in the late 80s, very early 90s, wanting to learn real meditation, not just what I was getting from guided meditations or visualizations, but I wanted real meditation. And I would read book after book, and they would all, at the same time, they'd paint this wonderful portrait of meditation and what it can do for you. And then at the end, it says, of course, you can't learn meditation from a book. I sort of agree with that, depending on the meditation. Until I found one book by Egnataswaran, Passage Meditation, and it began, the very beginning, that I suppose that you decided to buy this book because you wanted to learn how to meditate. So let's begin. This is how you meditate. And he gave you instructions right at the beginning. I loved it. And I practiced that for a very long time. Hey, Tandra, how are you? So now here's why I agree that some meditation you can't learn from a book. I don't think you can learn mantra meditation, as simple as it is, and it's one of the most simple yet profound meditation practices you can do, because you'll give it too much effort. Even knowing better, even getting instructions, you find that you start trying to concentrate on the mantra and you start judging yourself. You start saying that I'm having thoughts, I'm having too many thoughts. I need to use my mantra to eradicate. It becomes like a video game. Here's a thought, bam, mantra to get rid of it. But that's not how you use mantra meditation. It's relaxed and you allow thoughts to happen and then you return to the mantra. You allow thoughts to happen and you return to the mantra. Somewhere between the thoughts and the mantra, there's a gap, and the gap is absolute silence. The gap is the primordial, infinite potentiality of existence itself. And somewhere between the thought and the mantra, you slip into the gap. You don't know it because the gap is the absence of an experiencer. You're just the observer. And then you come back to thoughts. No pen wagging. Well, I'm talking meditation. I need to wag my pen. They go hand in hand. They go hand in pen in hand. Hugo says, if Jeannie said, I will give you one wish, he asks a question, what question would you ask? I don't know. Honestly, don't know, Coco. This guy says, are you having any guests on tomorrow around this time? Not around this time, but I am at 5:25. 5:25, we have, let me bring her up real quick. Danette Terhart, who wrote a book. I think you guys are going to be impressed with the book that she wrote. 1 Foot in Infinity. And the subtitle, I thought Sniper and Cat would particularly like the subtitle. Sissy too. We came to rewrite the code, remember the truth, and jump dimensions together. Book was released in August, and now she's doing a little publicity tour. And she reached out to me and said, hey, can you give me space? And of course, the answer is yes. So again, most people learn how to meditate, the mantra meditation, and then they immediately start giving it too much effort. They're trying to concentrate. They only want to think the mantra. And it becomes a somewhat of an unpleasant experience if you keep pursuing it in that. So it's good to have a teacher who can remind you. Stacy says, most people say, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't give it much thought, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm on point with what I'm on point with little need to really deviate too much. I was thinking David Hawkins, returning back to what Adam was saying about the Course of Miracles. And I read somewhere, I forget where I read it, and I just read it there yesterday. He was saying that somewhere, and he did this through his kinesiology testing, around the 90 lesson mark, in the workbook of A Course in Miracle, your brain literally begins to transform in a very profound, peaceful manner. You don't have this day 90, if you're practicing consistently and sincerely, you don't have the same brain that you had on day 1. If that's not an invitation to pick up the workbook and stick with it for at least 90 days, but hey, if it changes at 90 days, imagine at 180 days. Now imagine at 365 days. That's not says I like to think of it as true silence in my mind, but really I'm just distracting myself. If you ever want to learn mantra meditation, ask that. I will teach you for free. I will give you your primordial sound mantra, which is the sound of the vibration of the universe, the moment you came from the unmanifest to the manifest. And as you meditate on that sound, it takes you back to the unmanifest. There's a couple people here in the chat who have learned it, and they can let you know how they like it. Hey, super artists, why do live streams start 1 hour later than usual? Time change. We've had a time change in America. Every single one of us, America, got together, and we were like, shh, let's see if we can mess with Super Champ just a little bit. Let's all set our clocks back 1 hour and see if Super Champ notices. So well done. The joke's on us. The joke is on America. Adam says the conversation is reminding me of Alan Watts talking about boxing the water. Word search like trying to box water. Interesting. We should look up. I'll look up some Alan Watts in a minute. Hey, Chef Mary. Chef Mary, can you drop a link? Kat says me. Me. What would you thank you, Chef Mary? She drops a link. I'm bringing that up now. Kat, what would your thoughts be on primordial sound meditation? And try not to let it, don't let this influence anything, Kat. The fact that I love you. Don't let the fact that I love you influence your review of me as an instructor of primordial sound meditation. Adam says, I hope you had a great vacation, Kat. Thanks for dropping that link. I have you up, and I'm going to watch you as soon as my live stream is over. Kat says, my thoughts are, I had the hots for my teacher. It was me. That was me, guys. Super Artist says, trying to box water is like trying to see your brain from inside out, which is literally impossible. Trust me. I tried punching water and nothing happened. My hands just got wet. It reminds me of something else Alan Watts said. You can't get wet by the word water, which is his take on what we were talking about with philosophy. You won't awaken by talking about philosophy. You won't awaken by asking questions that talk about the outer circumstances. However, if you practice jhana yoga, self-inquiry, if you practice who am I, that can lead to a profound, perhaps the most profound awakening. Adam says, by day 90, you're going to realize you have a lot of weird resentments towards architect and cars and rain and stuff and a whole lot of people. But by day 90 also, you're working on the solution at the same time. What I love about the Course, it doesn't leave you hanging. I hear you. It does not leave you hanging. So let me put that out there again. Hey, Northwest, if anyone would like to learn primordial sound meditation, let me know. Marlon, how are you feeling, my friend? Guys, our friend Chef Mary dropped a link if anyone wants to help support her video. A little bit of help goes a long way. Anna says, what's your definition of joy, Yogi? My definition of joy, very similar to what I would say about happiness, but true happiness. It's unconditional. Joy is that which remains as all things pass through it. So you could be suffering grief. You could be experiencing profound sense of loss. You could even be depressed. And yet the joy itself, the joy of existence, the joy of being alive, we could call it the joy of God, never diminishes. I think a lot of us have had glimpses. I don't know if any of us has stayed there as of yet. I'm not saying there hasn't been some. I think William Thetford, one of the co-scribes of A Course in Miracles, was there. Obviously, Buddha, Jesus, Krishna. Nisargadatta Maharaj said that the only difference between you and I, and J. Krishnamurti said this as well, is that he doesn't mind what happens next. That's joy. He doesn't mind what happens next. Most of us are filled with a little bit of anxiety about what might happen next, especially if things are tough, current circumstances. A little bit of anxiety, existential threat, right? Isn't that Camus? So joy would be the absence of that existential threat. So, yeah, if imagine that your brain is completely transformed or beginning to be transformed at day 90 in a 365-day practice towards the end of it. Chimp says, so Yogi, would you like me to come up and talk about sports stuff? I don't think this afternoon, Super Champ. Here's what I will say, Champ. Our friend Runner Boy deadlifted 440 pounds today. I forget how many kilos that is. Lady Sky once said, are you going to be able to sing that tomorrow, Lady Sky? I'm going to wing it. I'm just going to dive right in. Adam says, or maybe primordial sound meditation is like an eraser on the table of Raza Mind. Hey, Toy Pups. You want to come? You want to come up for 5 minutes, Super Champ? What's up, Phil? Hey, Manifester. Evening, all evening to you, my friend. Hey, Stitch. Stitch says breath work. We can do some breath work. Super Champ says 440. That's 200 kilograms. Damn. I agree. It's a big lift. Had me beat my all-time best by 20 pounds. Super Champ says you only live once. Ellie says, hey, Super Champ, long time no see. Ladies guy says, not sure yet, but hoping I'll be able to sing tomorrow, Yogi. All right, if the opportunity presents itself, we'll jump aboard. Hey, Ray. Adam says, I hope you can sing. Speaking of singing, he's here for a song. He's here for some dancing. He's here to wear his hat proudly. He's here to teach us all kinds of things about all kinds of topics.
Well, speaking of that, did you know that there is type 1 muscle and type 2 muscle?
Well, explain, please. Are we talking like fast twitch and slow twitch?
Yep.
I did know in that case.
I think type 1 is slow twitch, while the type 2 is fast twitch.
Um, and should we be training? Should we be training both?
I mean, it depends on your goals, really. If you have goals that requires explosiveness and speed, then you should train for type 2. But if you have something for like specifically physical strength, like lifting heavy stuff, like powerlifting, then I would go for type 1. But if
You
you want
don't.
to train for both, then go for it.
That's what I was going to ask you. You don't think that learning to be a little more explosive, especially let's say um, getting that bar off the floor in a deadlift, or exploding from the pause position on a bench, or getting out of the hole on a heavy squat, that explosiveness and absolute strength will sort of go hand in hand.
Well, yes, but it's a little bit more absolute strength than explosiveness, to be honest.
Do you think you can? I know you can gain an absolute strength by training. Do you think you can make gains in explosiveness?
I mean, I can do 10 pull ups, so
How are you pull-ups? Are they do they feel explosive, or are you like grinding them out?
no, no, I like going slowly on pull ups.
Nice. Estat said he thought that you had said there are two types of Muslims, which actually are, right?
What?
He had thought that you said, instead of saying muscle, he thought that you said there's two types of Muslims, but there are the actual two types, right?
Um, kind of. I mean, there's Shia and Sunnis.
What's the
I
difference
don't know
in?
the I don't know the exact difference, but Sunnis are a little better, but really bad. Like,
Right. I wanted to
like
get.
from what I oh, excuse me.
That's okay. I just wanted to say big hi to our friend Shelly, who just came in.
From what I heard, I think she has uh, tend to exaggerate some stories, which is kind of forbidden in our religion because you can't just add stuff to something. Just let it be. Just learn what it is. Don't add stuff from yourself.
Right. Okay. Let's get back to lifting.
Yep. I failed 140 kilos, which is 315, kind of.
Squat, deadlift.
Nah, deadlift.
Um, how close was it?
Not very close. I did get it a little bit off the floor, but I didn't get it to my knees, unfortunately.
Right. Where do you have a sticking point?
What do you mean by that?
Like some people are very quick coming off the floor, and then they just can't pull that last little bit. Other people, if it doesn't move from the floor, it's not moving. Um, but if they can get it up, then it'll keep going. Uh,
Yep,
some
I'm
people,
the
it's not.
second type of person. The second type.
So it's either sticking to the floor or it's moving.
Yep.
Hey, our friend Jamie, who he had a PR the other day too. I think he deadlifted. I think it was 340 yesterday or the day
Damn,
before. Jamie Brown.
that's a lot of weight.
It is 340 pounds. Um, he said,
Like,
and I agree with him. The secret to a strong deadlift is being able to push your feet as if you're doing a leg press. You're pushing the earth away. Instead of thinking of pulling, you're pushing the weight away. You're pushing the bar away. You're pushing the earth away.
Yes,
You
and
able to do
also
that?
you have to start with your
Right.
I kind of
Uh,
don't like the whole explosive deadlift when I'm going for a personal record, like just one single rep, because it's kind of dangerous. Like, what if I snap my spine or something? So I prefer to just lift it slowly. But of
um,
course, when I'm warming up, oh sorry.
nope. Go ahead.
Of course, when I'm warming up with 60, 80, 100 kilos, I do go fast on the first one.
Good. How's all the other lifts going too? Just squat and bench press.
Well, squat has improved a lot in terms of technique. In my previous session, I did 80 kilos for 5 sets of six, and I went really deep, and I was able to get back up.
Good for you. And your bench.
My bench is growing pretty good. I can officially bench press 60 kilos for 8 reps.
Awesome. You're getting there. When's your coach going to
Yep.
think, hey, Buddha? When's your coach going to say that you're ready for competition?
Well, actually, he did specify that they will start with bodybuilding competitions, and then the powerlifting competitions will start after that, around 15th November or something.
Oh, good. You got something picked out?
What?
You got a contest picked out?
No, I haven't even entered the club just yet.
You know, to me, the big difference, I mean, the training's different, of course, but powerlifting, unless you're going for that really lighter weight class, you can eat whatever you want. Bodybuilding, towards the end, you're on a very, very strict diet and it sucks.
You know, I'm not going for bodybuilding. That's too difficult. I'm going for powerlifting, 83 kilogram weight class.
Stinkbug says that's a good bench. His arms are always too long to train bench.
Oh, trust me, I have long arms too. It's so difficult to put on weight on that damn bench.
Well, if you're working for a total, you don't have to worry too much about it because if you get really strong, you got a good finisher, you got a good deadlift, you come out with a heavy squat, you do a decent bench, but it might never be your strong point. But as long as you got that big squat, as long as you got that big deadlift, you're gonna have a big total, and you're gonna win the meet. Not
Full
everyone.
trust on the deadlift, to be honest, because I'm very bad at squat and bench.
Good. So, all right. So I'm gonna have you hop down, and we're gonna see if anyone else wants to come up for 5 minutes. We're gonna go back to
Can
talking
I
about.
just end on something?
Yep. Always.
Okay, so there is this show that I watched. One quote says, Everyone, not everyone who works hard is rewarded, but everyone who succeeded has worked hard."
It's a good quote.
Yep,
I like it.
and goodbye.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
It always scares me when Super Champ exits because he's bringing that thumb right to my head. Excellent advice, Shelley. Shelley says, please take your time and build gently. Become familiar to your body later on. Excellent advice. Thank you for sharing and greatest luck. All right. Kat says, let's do some breath work. Absolutely. Yesterday, we did the 4-4. How's everyone feeling? Reason I ask is because it's easier to change the, we can change the breath to suit what we need to accomplish. Sissy says, yes, please. Shelley says, yes, I love power training. So another way of effectively teaching that ujjayi breath, remember the ha sound? I generally have, light snoring or fogging up the bathroom mirror, making that sound. Ollie says anxious. All right. Here's another way. Say hi, a very gentle and sweet hi, and elongate it a little bit. Hi. I know it sounds weird. Now do it with your mouth shut. Now do it when you breathe in, a reverse hi. Try that. See how it works. Let me know if you got it. Marlon, we're about to do some breath work, my friend. Feeling a turquoise today? Yeah, I don't know. This was a gift a long time ago. I don't remember what every stone is, but I like it. I says, that's well cool, Yogi. Anna says, I'm ready. So did you try, before we go with the ready, did you try doing the ujjayi breath with that high? I just want to make sure, try it and see if it's a little easier for you. You don't need to keep thinking high, but once you have that sound, now you know that you can elongate it. You can make it long, soft, high as you breathe. Just that sound. That the ujjayi breath is very, very soothing, and it's soft and it's gentle. You don't want to see how loud you can make it. You want it to be soothing. You want it to be easy. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to combine some breaths. We're going to do the ujjayi breathing on our own for about a minute. We're going to guide through it. I'm going to guide you through it. And then we're going to do the 4-7-8 breath. Some of you have never done the 4-7-8 breath with me. And here's what we do. We're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. Nice and slow. We're not seeing how much air we can take in. We just want to extend the breath for a count of 4. We're going to hold for a count of 7. For some, this might be the first experience with the breath retention. Very profound effects of breath retention. Then we're going to exhale through the mouth, pursed lips, tongue on the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth, as if we're blowing out a birthday candle on a cake. And we don't want to spit all over the cake, so we do it very slow. So we purse our lips and we actually make a whooshing sound. So you guys said that you were ready. And if you could, close your eyes. Just close your eyes. And bring some very gentle attention to the nose. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Just notice the breath rising through the nose And notice the spot where you feel the breath as it leaves the nose. Put your attention on that spot for a breath or two. Nothing special with the breath. Allow that attention to travel down to your belly, and notice that as you breathe in, that your belly rises. As you exhale, your belly gently falls back. You can liken that to an ocean's tide. Tide coming in, the tide going out. And as we're thinking about that ocean, and we can even visualize the ocean, we can even visualize the tide moving softly. With that sound of the tide resonating in our minds, we enter that ujjayi breath, that high. Breathe in through the nose. Listen to that sound that you're making, that light constriction of the throat. We're going to do this for 1 minute, just noticing the breath, utilizing that sound, the sound of the ocean. Each breath in, you're relaxing. Each breath out, you are releasing everything that has caused you tension through the day. You yourself are returning to the innate softness of beingness itself. No stress, no conflict, no anxiety. Just the soothing sound of that internal and eternal ocean. The breath going in, the breath going out. Easy breathing. Keep breathing. And as you're breathing, I'm going to count to 3. After 3, we're going to breathe in for 4. We're going to hold for 7. We're going to exhale through that mouth with the pursed lips. For a slow count of 8, making that whooshing sound. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in through the nose for 2, 3, 4, and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with that whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose for 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with that whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale and whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with that whoosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath together. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. Long whoosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let the breath go completely, allowing it to return to its own easy and natural rhythm. Relaxed. Feeling free. Maybe even joyous. Just stay in that spot. Stay in that spot for as long as you like. And when you're ready, open your eyes, and I'll see you in the chat. Thank you, Super Champ. Kat says, Joyous is pushing it. Better, yes. Alex says, Yogi is an amazing uncle. He helps us all out. No matter what, he means a lot to us all. Thank you, Ellie. Kat says, thank you. Thank you for the suggestion, Kat, as well as Stitch. Stitch, you had suggested it too. Thank you both. Hey, so tomorrow we have brand new author coming up. As I mentioned, let me bring it up real quick. Danette Terhart, 1 Foot in the Infinite, 1 Foot in Infinity, sorry. But next week, we have another author, Corinne Zupko. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. Here's what I think everyone wants to talk about. She wrote a wonderful book on using A Course in Miracles to reduce anxiety, as well as some breathwork techniques. And we will talk about that. We might even talk a little bit political, maybe. But I think everyone wants to talk about declares. And why not? Who want to talk about declares? So for those who have an interest in it, what is your what seems to be the designated clair that works for you? Jim says, no, Dendi. Marlon, no, having a sexy uncle would make me feel weird. It would be weird. It would be weird. You're welcome, Anna. Anna is feeling at peace and joyous. Thank you so much, Shelley. Much appreciated, my friend. Hey, Roadkill. So what's your preferred clair, guys? Roadkill's a recently new subscriber. I appreciate that, my friend. Marlon, try again if you want to come up for 5 minutes. Kat says, thanks for supporting Yogi, Shelley. It is much, much appreciated. And it is, hey, Jonathan. Jonathan says, hey, Eric, I'm just saying hello. I appreciate you stopping in, Jonathan. He says, Yogi, how are your morning walks coming? I have not spotted the bobcat. I think I heard him last week. Yesterday, I spent the good part of the morning with 2 foxes, beautiful foxes. I posted a video of one this morning. And then, hey, Marlon, this morning I spent some time. I didn't have a lot of time because I had to get ready for my doctor's appointment. I had to, but I did get to spend time with I've got the wrong person up here to say this. No comments. I spent some time with a beaver this morning. Thank you. And I know it's hurting you. I can tell. I see you're literally shaking. You want to say something so bad. Hold on 1 second. Kat said, by the way, YouTube is Yogi's job. Membership is the way you can show support and keep Yogi in lentils. Exactly. And I'm going to buy 18 pounds of lentils today.
Thank you for reminding me, Sissy. I have to turn my stove turns itself off after a while. I have to turn it back on so my lentils keep boiling. I actually have a big pot of lentils. So
1 second. Hey, big Mr. Tumble. Roadkill. Shelly says, Yogi, Mr. Road King. Sorry, Road King. Sorry, I was saying Roadkill.
yummy.
Well, nice. Is a beautiful supporting channel. He's also growing. Let me go up there. Hey, Road King, we're gonna mod you up.
Actually, not that yummy, but healthy.
Doesn't taste good.
It's all right. But I eat it mostly because I don't have a problem eating it, and it's pretty healthy, not because I love it.
Right.
But these lentils are a certain kind. They're a bit higher in protein, and they're actually like doubles the fiber of most lentils. So they help me reach my fiber target pretty easy.
Good. I'm gonna read a couple comments real quick. Sissy says, claricognizance is my favorite. But also clairaudience. Okay, because as a deaf person, I don't want to hear much of the mundane, but hear in other ways. Gotcha. I like that. Jonathan says, I'm going to lay here. I'm trying to get some work still. Good luck, Jonathan. Anna says, thank you, Miss Yogi. You're welcome. So Roadkill.
Maybe that's the reason I'm not that big of a fan, Sissy, because I just eat. I'm not gonna put other carbs in with the lentils. Like if the lentils are my own carb source, maybe with some rice it would taste better, but then I wouldn't be getting as much fiber and protein.
Right. Kat just re-upped her membership. She's been a member for 11 months. That's a long time. That's a long time to put up with Yogi.
Best dollar I spend.
99
and sending
cents.
some love.
I have a dream, by the way.
Yeah.
Breaking 1,000. I know it's a long shot. But hey, a boy can dream, right, Marlon?
Of course.
If I had,
they can even dream of some sexy yogis.
No, they cannot. If
they can, and there's nothing sexy yogis can do to stop that. It's a dream after all.
Shelly, thank you so much, and Sissy, thank you. If I had, I have 8,667, I think, subscribers. Imagine if you had like 1,100 of them who just decided, you know what, 99 cents a month.
That is like half, or more, maybe more than half the money you'd need. Actually, in your case, if you don't have to pay rent, that might be all the money you need a month.
It would be everything that I need. It would, to me, that would be the equivalent of, I don't know what it would be the equivalent of, but it would do everything. Everything.
Yeah.
The only reason I said 1,100 because it offsets the 30% off, the 30% that YouTube takes.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm perfectly fine with YouTube taking 30%. It's their platform, and they're giving me a wonderful opportunity to put out, hey, Nino, a great message. Cat says 1,000,
sure.
and why not?
And in a lot, of course, there are some issues, but a lot better than most other platforms, I would say, where you can do similar things on.
Agree. Shelly says, me too. I love you, Yogi, and so does Joey. He's here. Thank you so much, guys. And Shelly and Joey.
By the way, Natural Lens Connect says that maybe you should try to get yourself a Buy Me a Coffee account, which is like a creator support.
I do have one.
Platform. Oh, you do have one. Yep. Okay. Is it linked in your description or?
It is.
Okay, then maybe us mods should make it a habit to post it during the live streams a few times so people can find it easier.
It's a great suggestion. Hey, Sniper put
So-
a manifest ritual together
How
for this
about
channel.
Natural Lens support or Natural Lens Connect? Could you be so kind to go to Yogi's description and drop the link in the chat real quick?
Shirley
I know
says
Yogi
yes.
won't ask you to do that, but I will.
Hey, let's see. Shirley says yes. It's truly amazing and still feels insignificant in comparison to all you generous provide us, giving yourself a nature towards us all. I appreciate you saying that, but everyone here as well. And Shelley, spending time with you the other day in your live stream was such, and the kind things that you had to say, such an amazing experience. I love everything that you're doing. Everyone here is on a mission. Hey, Maddie. Maddie says, Mr. Yogi, my friend.
Where
Hey, NES says, Marlon, buddy.
I'm actually not finding it I just went to your description and I'm not seeing it, honestly.
Let's see.
Buy me a coffee.
Is there like a drop where you can scroll down?
There is I see PayPal, Facebook, membership, my books, my blog, and that's it. And then the YouTube
Weird.
links. And earlier in the description, I also don't see it anywhere. Oh, nice.
Oh.
You found it, Matt. Natural
found
Lens
it?
Connect. Okay.
Hey, did you
But
see
that's-
Maddie's hedgehog that he tied?
No. He
It's
tied
amazing.
a hedgehog. That's funny. I had a dream about almost running over a hedgehog last night and me trying to stop that from happening. And I think it worked. Or weird dream. I had a lot of weird messed up dreams.
Gonna interrupt you for a second. Our friend Jonathan says to Squirrel Sniper, I'm at the point where I just feel like a laughing stock and don't matter. You know you matter to us, Jonathan, and you know we've never ever laughed at you. You and I have exchanged emails, my friend, and you know that I'm always there to support you no matter what. There is no laughing whatsoever.
Only some giggling. No,
But never at someone.
no laughing at all.
You are Marlon. Here's one thing I know about you: you're a kind-hearted person.
Thank you.
You like to joke, you like to laugh, but you never laugh at someone.
No. There's been a handful of times before where I had to like more or less bully or make fun of someone bad to get them to lose their temper to show the police who were at the scene that this is in fact a dangerous person. And even though that were dangerous people, it still felt bad.
Right. Thank you, Tandra.
But I know if the police would have ended up letting them go, they would have went on to hurt more people. So, yeah.
Let's see. Shelley says, Mercy is also someone we appreciate as we grow together with the community. Maddie is such a huge supporter for so many people. And just as importantly, hanging out with Maddie, kitchen table, tying flies and having fun, listening to Chloe laugh, hearing baby Jordy in the background is one of my all-time favorite things.
By the way, Yogi, I did click on the link that Natural Lens Connect posted, and yeah, it's just to your YouTube channel. So I think you need to try to add the Buy Me a Coffee link to your description. Maybe you added it, but then forgot to hit the save button, where there's save and discard buttons are next to each other or something like that.
Right.
I know I've done that with trying to add links and stuff to my description where I already posted the link and everything, but then I screwed something up with actually making it be saved. So
I want to give a big thank you to Tandra. Can't have you running out of lentils. Thank you.
oh, that is Tantra. Okay.
I'm actually today ordering 18 pounds of lentils, and that should last me
Solid.
probably through the winter.
Mhm. How many? How many lentils do you eat a day roughly? Like in grams, not in.
All right,
Or
I was gonna say
pounds,
you want me
not
to
in.
count. You want me to count each
Yes.
lentil? I have approximately 2,016 lentils per day, every day. I'm gonna count them out.
Nice.
Cat knows how
I have
many.
no idea what that would be. And of course, there's also if you have like yellow lentils, they're a lot bigger, so that would be like 5 times the quantity. Also,
Gonna
5 times
interrupt
the
you for
weight.
1 second. Jonathan says he's an embarrassment to yourself. Jonathan, you know. Hey Nick, I'm doing well. Jonathan, you know that I consider you a friend. By the way, Lee, he does not have PayPal. He does have a oh, what was it? I think it's a Cash App, and I know Western Union. You have a good day too, Jonathan, and you know you're a friend. Shelley says, Jonathan, you can turn around and be gentle with yourself as your soul is listening. I have a little over half a cup of lentils a day, uncooked. So that makes about a cup cooked.
Anna asked you what color your lentils are in French.
What color are they in French?
I could. That's about as much as I can tell in French, and mainly because I know some Spanish and
I'm going to answer it.
good amount of
And
Portuguese.
I'm going to answer it in French. Are you ready?
Okay.
Le
Yes.
Brown. Le Brown. How was that? How's my Anna? How was my French? Sometimes, wait a minute. Sometimes Le Green.
Castagnon. Des Lentils de Castagnon. Maybe that would be close. And that's not French either, but yeah. Pretty sure it's not brown.
Shelley says, oh my gosh, I'm going to DoorDash it now. Lentils. Lentils. The meal of champions. Isn't that right, Marlon?
Definitely. I mean, like, lentils and legumes in general, like, if you would have to choose, like, one food, obviously you would get some nutrient deficiencies. But if you would have to choose, like, one food to eat only that or one food group, it should probably be legumes, because you get a good amount of carbs and protein, and if you have some soybeans, some fattier legumes, you could also get your fat, so at least you would get all of your macronutrients.
Right.
Along
I
with
eat
a lot
mine
of
with
fiber.
rice, with brown rice, and a diced up.
Yeah.
Usually it's sweet potato, but sometimes a red potato. If you want to know how important lentils are, consider this: in the Old Testament, Esau sold his birthright to his younger brother Jacob, or was it Isaac? I don't remember. I think it was Jacob, for a bowl of lentil stew.
Response. Merci pour la réponse, Yogi. Trying
says,
to pronounce Anna's response.
I don't know if I can do it in Spanish, Shelley.
Or probably it's not pour, it's pour la response. There's so many silent letters in French.
All right, here's Shelley says, les lentejas son marron. How did that sound in Spanish?
Las lentillas son marrón. The lentils are brown in Spanish.
So did anyone
Las
do that?
lentillas son marrón. I think that's how you.
Hi, Cor.
Or marrón.
Did anyone do that breath work for the first time? Let me know if you have any questions about how it went, how to do it. Jonathan says, I will stay here to listen and try to get some of those positive energies you all have. Jonathan, you've been hanging out with us for a while, and just so you don't have to do anything, just be yourself. You're absolutely loved for who you are. Maddie says, nice squirrel, I've been tidying all the war memorial grounds for Remembrance Sunday. Yeah, we have Veterans Day coming up. Corey, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Cora says, hey guys. Sissy says, there are brown, red, green lentils in my shopping location. I generally go with brown, sometimes green.
Taste-wise, my favorite are the yellow ones, but here, for whatever reason, they cost literally double of the other kinds. And since I'm short on cash, even though lentils aren't expensive, even the most expensive ones, paying literally double, not doing that at the moment.
Let's see. Shelley says, me and Joey did it. Awesome. And anytime you guys want to do breath work, just shout it out. The only time it's hard to do breath work is when we have a guest up. Corey says, I'm doing well, Yogi. I'm glad, Corey. Guys, hey, have you ever been to Cora's Cora Bird's kennel? She has some of the most beautiful birds.
Oh, were you asking me or someone else?
Anyone. You too. Everyone. I hope everyone reaches out to Cora.
To so many different channels. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Shelley says, I love her channel. It's an absolutely beautiful channel. Let's see. Cora says she's doing well. Sissy says, your presence is enough. Sissy, by the way, is Soul Stars production. Presence is enough. Love you, Jonathan. Absolutely. What do lentils taste like? Is what Tanja wanted to know. They sort of have a nutty taste to them a little bit.
Like small chickpeas, I guess, a bit sweeter and a bit less mealy in texture, I'd say.
Right.
That's as close as I can describe it. And with depending on what kind they are, maybe a bit of a tougher skin, and because they are so much smaller.
Our top
again,
Abigail
mix a garden pea with a chickpea and make it closer to the size of a rice corn. You get something like a lentil.
Let's see. Shelley does bird calling since she was a little girl. That's awesome. What's your best call, Shelley? I was listening to Nuthatches this morning. Here's the best thing about lentils. One of the best things. They're easy to cook. You don't need to soak them like you do with some legumes. And cheap. Yes, very, very much so. You can,
although their protein quality is a bit lower than some other legumes, like their amino acid or their digestibility adjusted amino acid score is like 20% lower or something than with peas and chickpeas.
Right. I do like
and beans, but
chickpeas too. I use them in a case. Hey, Jamie, I was talking about you.
It's still not a major difference. Like,
Anna says, "What about black lentils? I don't see them here that often. The most readily is the brown and the green.
I do like black lentils actually. They taste pretty good. Here they're called beluga lentils.
Yeah, Jamie, I was talking about your deadlift earlier today. Let's see.
If you're someone who tends to get upset stomachs a lot and has some food intolerances, then it's probably good if you want to eat a lot of lentils to mix the different types up. Because if you eat the same exact thing day in, day out, you're more likely to develop some form of intolerance. So if you like lentils and you are someone who tends to get a bit sensitive against various foods over time, then maybe try mixing the different times up. If not, like Yogi obviously doesn't have that problem because he eats the same bag of lentils for months on end,
I do.
which is great. But just
Yes.
as a little tip, if you are someone who can have struggle with that, then just mixing the
Right.
different types up, and almost all the types have basically the same nutritional value, then that can be a good way to be
Kat
able to
says,
enjoy lentils for the rest of your life without ever
Right.
having any issues.
Kat is saying goodbye. Shelley says she can call little sparrows over. Nice. And doves. Roking says
Mozzarella and peaches in lentil soup.
he subscribed to Core.
Interesting.
Sissy says, I missed everyone saying hi because I was cleaning coffee pot. And now how smells like a dill pickle. Balaho, and I love you. Everyone I have missed. May have missed.
I've never tried sprouted lentils. That's interesting. How do you sprout them? Just soak them for a little bit and then strain them and put them in the fridge, or how do you sprout them?
You can put them between damp towels
Damp, yeah.
and they'll sprout. Thinkbug had a girlfriend in high school, used to eat lentils, never liked them. And I very often cook lentils too, Yogi. I use a little bit of turmeric and some black pepper to help activate the turmeric. And sometimes some red pepper to spice things up a little bit.
That is also, by the way, why my lentil soup had that yellow color, because I put turmeric in.
And Shelley says she eats fruit with my dinner. Yep, I have a ton of fruit. As a plant-based vegan, fruit is just such an easy way for me to get calories in, especially bananas. Shelley places them. That's what I do. Places them in a wet paper towel. Don't sprout them often though. Hey, Face Ace says hello, Yogi, and hello everyone. So we're gonna shut things down in just a minute.
One thing that I'm going to eat more now that I'm going on a bit of a bulk, so I have a bit higher calories, would be, for example, a meal of roughly 100 grams dry weight of lentils, maybe even 200 grams, and then just some tofu or TVP on top of that. And that way I have a high protein meal with a decent amount of carbs.
Cool.
And enough high.
Thinkbug starts his day with blueberries and red grapes. Yeah, I start my day off with blueberries too. I have it in my oatmeal though. I have a large bowl of oatmeal. I did not have it today because I had to fast for my blood test. Let's see.
Can you see me? I should be back.
Did Adam tell you? I think Adam told you to get a haircut, Marlon.
Did he?
Have you ever seen Adam's hair?
I have, yes.
That's what Sissy was saying. Coming from Adam,
Why would Adam tell me to get a hair? Okay, right now my hair looks pretty messy. Probably if I combed it, he would revise that statement. But I actually have a little haircut coming up soon.
Shelley says, no, his hair is gorgeous. She's obviously
I definitely need
about
my beard trim too, because it's getting a bit out of hand.
Facey says he's got great hair. Obviously, they're talking about you, and they're not talking about me.
Why? You have awesome hair, Yogi.
Which one?
That's the question, and it's probably safer if I don't answer that.
That one over there? Or that particular gray one poking out there?
I say, but I'm with snipers, they would drive me crazy getting in my eyes. You have just as much hair, Adam.
Thank you, Shelley. Shelley says you have a beautiful beard, Yogi. It's in various lengths. This is about as big as it's gotten in some time. We'll see how long I want to keep growing it. Sniper says, which hair are you cutting? The gray one? Man, every hair is welcomed.
Do you actually shave your head, Yogi, or
Yep.
not? Because I would, yeah, right. So I would imagine that
Hardcore.
you'd still at least have some stray hairs that are gonna make it look a bit strange if they.
If you go back to when I was just a yogi doing burpees in his basement, my early days of YouTubing, and I was doing my burpees. I still do burpees every day, just not as many. I had a ponytail. This was about 2 years ago. Kat did not like the ponytail, by the way.
Yes.
During the COVID shutdown, when I was young, I had super long hair, long blonde hair down to my elbows. Was a deadhead. Used to
So-
dance at all the dead shows.
No, I'm not at down to the elbows yet.
But then
I have no real plans on actually cutting my hair shorter. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'll just let it grow till it reaches the floor,
when,
if it will ever grow that long.
when I started using, oh, we're deadheads. Awesome. I all the 80s up until the early 90s or so, I went to every show I could go to. But in like 99, somewhere around there, when my hair was thinning, but still had the ponytail. I told the story. I caught myself one day. I was combing my hair back in the ponytail, and I caught myself saying, "If I only comb it in this direction, maybe no one would notice." And as soon as I heard that I was suggesting a comb over, I took out the clippers and I shaved my head. But I
Oh,
always used to wonder, as I got older, if I could pull off that George Carlin aging hippie ponytail, because he was bald, but he kept that ponytail, and I thought I could do that. Comb over Yogi, just a
except for
comb
the
over Yogi
deadlift,
doing burpees in his
Marlon.
basement.
Or you're still that young.
So I grew out my ponytail.
What
because I figured,
what does chest hair with deadlifts have in common? I mean, I do have quite a bit of chest hair. Well, I would have if I didn't shave it. So
I figured with the COVID shutdown, no one would really be seeing the ponytail. Of course, then I started doing
a live stream.
live stream. So now everyone, if you want to see what it looked like with a little bit of a pony, I mean, it was long, but it was not much.
Enough to wrap around your neck.
Maybe. Adam says, "Long live Jerry and Bob." Where's the most
There you
unique
go.
looking
You
sauce
shave
in
it
the
for
world?
the deadlift. Though, I mean, it's not like the bar is gonna rub past your chest. It will, though, maybe on overhead presses. On overhead presses, I could see the bar rubbing over your chest. By the way, I am doing overhead presses at the moment, and they're the only free weight press that doesn't hurt my elbows for whatever reason. So that is why I'll definitely keep them in my program for as long as possible. Even if for pure muscle growth, they might not be the best exercise. They're still not terrible. And if I can't do bench presses or dips or anything like that, then having some free weight pressing is definitely a good idea. And my shoulders, like even my side delts, actually get a lot out of them. And even my rear delts get sore from overhead pressing, which is interesting. I know that's not the case for most people, but for me,
Hey,
it works.
NYC. Oh, there you go. Miss Yogi, that is my sister.
Which one? NYC Jade?
Yep.
Is that
So
your
we're going to
sister?
mod her up.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, guys, we're going to have to end the live stream. I got a few things to do. I just got to, I just actually got some oatmeal delivered to my house. But between the oatmeal, lentils, and rice, sweet potatoes, a handful of like almonds, one bazillion a day, a little bit of walnuts when I can afford them.
Don't forget your mushy peas.
There'll be no
And
much
yes,
peas in my
yes.
presence.
Your pea protein. Those are very thoroughly mushed peas. In fact,
Too mushed. All right. So
he said it. He eats peas that are, I quote, too mushed. So I never want to hear a bad word about Bushy Peas again.
Oh, you're gonna hear him. Let's see. Kelly says, "I'm glad to bring her here. She is gently building a channel. Well, we will be there
Nice.
to support. I'm bringing her channel up right now. Guys, I hope you. I'm actually already subscribed, my friend. And it's Debbie and Jay. I'm going to read very quickly the description. Positive, real talk, pillars of truth, supporting and uplifting. There we go. We're here for you, my friend. Anything you need, just let us know.
I also left a sub.
Hey, Bomb, how are you? The voice that matters.
And gonna leave a comment so the sub sticks.
Yep. You're welcome, Shelly.
By the way, Debbie, it's gonna be, if you post some form of video, a short or something, it's gonna be easier for people to subscribe and comment on that and get the sub to stick. Because if someone watches just one short, it's a lot less likely for YouTube to delete that sub, which they do, unfortunately. Like, even if people subscribe and they never change anything, if they just go to your channel, subscribe and leave without watching stuff, and you don't really have anything to watch, YouTube does take away some of those subs, unfortunately.
All right. So I got to wrap things up. I will see everyone 5:25. No guests tonight, but we have a guest tomorrow. We have at least one great guest next week, maybe more. Thank you guys for coming here. Big thank you everyone who became members today. Man, I really can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Tandra, thank you so much, my friend. Tandra's a wonderful friend. She has a beautiful channel. I hope that you go subscribe to our friend Tandra. Nature's Connect. She's up there at the top. Stinkbug, my friend, thanks for coming in and hanging out.
See y'all.
Thank you, Lady Sky. Lady Sky and I are
I'll
gonna
let Yogi say goodbye by himself. So Dundee out, and I'll say goodbye to you from the chat.
Thank you, Marlon. Thanks for coming up.
Of course. Thank you for letting me up.
Sure.
Been too long.
It has. Hey, Michael. Michael, I hope you're feeling better. Speaking of great channels, guys, our friend Michael Burkeen. If you're wondering about Michael Burkeen, let me tell you something. Bye, Tandra. A decorative spoon signed by the artist, hand-carved, varnished by Michael Burkeen, who also makes walking sticks, letter openers, and he is a fantastic storyteller. Make sure you check him out, guys. Our good friend Toy Pups. Good friend is an understatement. Good friend is an understatement. I really don't have a word for Toy Pups. This spoon, ask Michael Burkeen. He had this spoon, he carved it to be aerodynamically correct, specifically for wagging and waving. That's what it was meant for. Jonathan says, so Jonathan, you never need to apologize. You know that. You never need to apologize to us. Shirley says, Pups, my sister is NYC Jade. Michael says, yes, I did. Laughing. See? It has to be. It actually, when you put it in your hand, there's a little whisper. It's saying, wave me. It has to be done. Did you guys hear it too? Just listen closely. All right, I gotta go. Thank you, Toy Pups. I'll be back 5:25. I gotta hit the button now, otherwise I'll keep saying goodbye for the next 19 minutes. You guys know how it is. Love you guys. I'll see you later.